Good morning there, DBF family. On today's video, we're going to work on my brand new snowmobile. We've got to fix Polaris' screw up, so let's get going. All right, so what I got here is my 2024 Polaris 9R RMK Pro Matrix chassis in a 155 8 series track. On today's video, we are going to address the problem that Polaris engineers basically messed up on, and they went, yeah, it was his fault. Yeah, basically they're pointing the finger at the other engineers, and yeah, they screwed up. So let me show you what that problem is. Yeah, concrete's hard. Yep, okay. Hey, so if you look right here, on the front of the rail on these snowmobiles, generally there is basically a, well, next to the anti-stab wheel, you've got a rail cap that's supposed to go right here. Yeah, in 2024, the good engineers at Polaris decided, nah, we don't need that. We can take that off and it can be weight savings. Well, you know, the problem of it is that as the track comes by here, it also comes by the hifax, which is right here, this plastic piece, and the clips on the track catch the bottom of the hifax and it deletes the hifax from the rail. Basically goes right out the back. So today, that's what we're gonna fix. We're gonna put the factory Polaris rail caps on the rail. So first order of business, we gotta lift this thing up in the air and get the rear suspension out from underneath this thing. It's not that hard. I know it looks intimidating, but this is all stuff you guys can do at home. That's why I'm doing it. So first thing I like to do anytime I'm doing this kind of stuff is pet the dog when he comes over and then gently just push him out of the way, like so. Take a Sharpie and actually mark the front side of the adjuster on each side. It's not necessarily, but that gives you a reference point when you go to adjust the track to basically get you in the ballpark. So got those marked, 16mm ratchet, socket and ratchet, and loosen that rear adjuster bolt before you do anything, because once this is up off the ground, it just makes things up unstable. So loosen that up real good like so. Now we can lift this thing up and do the rest. All right, the next step on this, 16mm wrench, loosen that jam nut on the adjuster itself, just barely. Do the same thing on the other side. And take your 10mm wrench and loosen the adjuster forward. You can use the old artillery adjuster if you want. Makes it a little faster. Kind of like so. The next step in removing the whole suspension is we're going to remove the rear torque arm bolts, one on this side and its twin on the other side. Then we'll move forward and get it where it goes through the front of the tunnel, and then this whole suspension should just drop out wiggle, slide right out the bottom. I mean, that easy. Drop, wiggle, you know, set on the table. Anyways, got the old Hercules fired up, and we're gonna zip some bolts out. And when you pull these out, make sure when you pull the bolts out, the washers and spacers and all that stuff, you know, you separate so you know which orientation they go back in later. Yeah. Boing. Okay. Come on, you little devil. Just like that. Pretty easy, really. No, it's not a motorcycle. So this is the Polaris Fix-It kit. So obviously you got your end caps, the pieces that go on the rail to secure the end caps into the factory rail, and got your Loctite and fasteners. Now this is a Polaris kit. Ice Age, I know, makes a very similar kit. I've actually installed those on a couple at work. They're a great kit also, but I believe you can pick these up from Polaris right around 40 bucks. Pretty simple, honestly. They're not bad at all. If you're interested, the part number is 2212349, direct from Polaris. But yeah, let's show you how to install these things, I guess. So the first step, we want to take the limiting strap off. So we're going to pull this top bolt. That way we can pull this bolt and this bolt on the anti-stab. Now the instructions say we want to discard the bolts but keep the washers because they come with longer bolts for the end cap rail. So I'm gonna go ahead, get that pulled off and those pulled off and out the road. Now when you go to pull this anti-stab off, see there's a washer on the inside right there. You want to be mindful not to drop those and lose those little fellers, because I believe we have to reuse those. Just like so. Next step, we've got to take this bolt out right here, remove this bump stop, jam trail. Can't remember what they call this thing. But just pull it off, set it aside, because we got to reassemble this later on. Next step, we're going to remove the Torx that actually hold the hifax to the rail, and we'll lightly tap this thing off the hifax so we can cut the end piece off right here. There's the old hifax. So the next step, they give you these little aluminum inserts right here, and they actually fit down in the rail like so. And these are a press fit. So they sell a tool to do this at the factory, but yeah, I don't have that tool. So what I do is I take and I actually chamfer the inside of the edge right there all the way around, and then use a backing plate and a pair of either C-clamp or vice grips, like so. And come in and just slowly press that thing together. May have to persuade it with a little bit of the Tanya Harding. Whack! Then we just slowly press that piece into the rail. And it's kind of got to go in evenly. You don't want to force it too much. Work the front and the back until it sits flush with the existing rail. Just like so. Now we take the new rail cap, slide it on like so, and loosely install the bolt, nut, and washer. They say don't torque it down quite yet. Now that we got everything loosely fit, we can go ahead and install the new end caps and the anti-stab rail. Now don't forget that these washers have to go on the inside of this, on the inside of the rail. So I'm going to loosely put these together like so, and then try to slide these on the rail so I don't have to like spread the rails apart, if that makes sense. So let's see if we can do this all in one shot. Might be interesting. Whoa, easy there, camera. So, go in like a so. I'm going to start my left-hand side. Come in and start my right-hand side and get the washer on the inside of the rail. Slide it on. Yeah. That was a lot easier than trying to pry everything apart because I'm not that ambidextrous, you know. So anyways, we're going to take the old washer that goes through the anti-stab with the new bolts, apply a little more red Loctite on it, and we'll install them like so. And then all we got to do next is cut the hifax, slide it back on, and just put it back together. Simple stuff. I was nervous, I'm not gonna lie. All right, now it's time to cut the end of the hifax off. So they want you to measure from the center of the hole forward 78 millimeters and scribe it right here on the bottom. And then once you get it on the bottom, take a square of some sort, start at the bottom, and square up the sides right there. And what I did is I took a scribe, squared it up on all three sides, and the way I'm going to cut it is I'm actually going to use one of these little multi-tools. You could use a saw or a hacksaw or, you know, whatever tickles your fancy, but this is how I'm going to do it. Now keep in mind, you can take too much off, but you can never put it back on. So I'm going to cut on the leading edge of the line, and if we got to take it back off and trim some more, it's easier to do that than having to buy a new hifax and start over. So I'm going to cut forward of the line just a little bit, and then we'll actually take some grease and grease this up so it slides on easily in case we got to take it back off, and hopefully we only have to do it one time. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this. Wow, that blade is extremely dull. You'll see if I can find another blade. Couldn't find another blade, so we got the old hacksaw out. Should work. Got the old Diablo blade in it, so should make short work of it. Okay, that's what we got. So like I said, I'm gonna throw a little bit of lubricant, grease, something inside of here to help it slide on the old rail easily, just in case we got to take it off. I'm betting we do, because I don't know if you can tell, but I cut it just just a smidge that side of the line, because I'd rather it be a smooth transition from there to here, or otherwise what's the point if you leave a gap and the clips of the track can catch that. So let's see if we can slide her on, see what it looks like. Just a tickle of wheel bearing grease on this thing. I'm gonna take a little bit of the old WD-40, spray inside of here, and we'll just, real nice. Not much, just a wee bit, just a little bit. Oh yeah, look at that. Oh, come on now. Get on there, you little devil. Okay. We're really close. About a 1/16 off. And we're butted right up against the front piece there. I mean, we're dangerously close. Okay, I'm gonna slide this thing off, take a grinder and just a couple passes with the old zzz on it and slide her back on, and we're done. Insert the bolt that locks the hifax to the rail. Put this thing back in, well, once we do the other side. Little ratchet strap between here and here really helps with getting this bolt started on the limiting strap. It's not necessary, but it'll make a guy's life a lot easier. All right, let's put this thing back in the machine and be done with this project. Now the fun part, trying to shove this thing back in its home. Come on in, old feller. Well, I'm sure there's snowmobile mechanics that are like, hey, dummy, you're doing that the wrong way. Probably. I'm just not that good at it, all right? Leave me alone. Get in there, you son of a biscuit. Have to get angry with it, ain't I? Come on, man. You little devil. Huh. I'll be dead. I know you came out of there. There we go. That'll help it things a little. Come on, man. There we go. Okay. Look up the torque specs on these buggers and we'll tighten the track and be done. 46 foot-pounds. That's what these require. Time to adjust the track. Got the old ratchet out. I'm gonna adjust the adjusters back and gonna put them about where I made the mark before we tore this apart. Start it up, run it, let the track, you know, circulate a little bit. Let the track run around a couple times, check the alignment, check the tension on it, and I think they want 9 inches from the back axle bolt, forward, back, 9 inches forward from the axle bolt, 10 pounds weight on it, and I think they want 3/4 or an inch, I don't know, of slack in this thing from the clips to the hifax. So I'll double check that, but as of right now, double check everything and we'll be done. All right, so the protocol on aligning and tightening the track, looked into it a little bit. From the rear axle forward 16 inches, you want to put 10 pounds on the track to get it to sag. And then you measure from the clips to the bottom of the hifax, you want between 1 inch and 1.25 inches. Now, funny thing of it is, I don't have a 10-pound weight anywhere, so I've been wandering around the old car hold, the old digital scale. Come to find out that a early GM Geo Metro alternator is almost 10 pounds on the nose. So this is what we do. We take the old alternator, thank goodness for GM. Ford would probably be like 3 pounds. Anyhow, we set it 16 inches, which is just happens to fit perfectly right there, between there and there. And you take tape measure and you measure right here. We are right at 1 inch. Now, this belt is gonna stretch a little bit, so I don't mind that it's just a tickle on the tight side. So I'm gonna go ahead, fire this thing up, run the track through a couple times, and then we'll check the alignment on the back side of the windows towards the rails and make sure they're running evenly. We'll tighten this thing up and be done. Stick a fork in it, she's finished. Don't forget to remove your alternator from the track. Yeah, that sounds weird. Now if you look right here, we're going to line up the end of the rail through the window with the center of the clip. And that one is pretty much dead on. Center of the clip, end of the rail, dead on. I think the old alternator trick worked out real nice, swimmingly. Okay, I'm going to tighten that up. 55 foot-pounds on the old axle bolt. Perfect. Well, there you have it. These rail end caps are really pretty easy to do. They're just a little bit time consuming to do it correctly. Now all we got to do is hurry up and wait for the white stuff to hit the mountains. We got a little bit up there yesterday, so that's why I'm shooting this video, because I'm itching to go ride sleds. Now the Ice Age kits, they're pretty much identical to the Polaris one I just put on. So if you can't get one from your dealer, just go buy the Ice Age ones. They're almost identical, they go together similar, and I think you get the same result with them. Now this machine, we're not done with this machine. I've got some more upgrades to do to this thing, because I mean that's what you do. You buy new stuff and you make it how you want it. I'm gonna put an exhaust on this thing. I wanna know, this is where you guys come in. I wanna know, what exhaust have you guys ran on your snowmobiles? I've always been a SLP guy. I really like their trail cans, especially because they got a cooker on them, and let's face it, feller likes his food. But I'm leaning towards that one, but I'm open to about anything. I like the trail cans because they're just a touch quieter than a mountain can, but not that much. So I don't know, what would you guys put on it? Would you go full-blown mountain can or trail can, or leave it stock? I'm probably not going to leave it stock because I want to shave some weight on this thing. and don't really care so much about the noise. I don't want an ear piercing for everybody else, because with a helmet on, you can't really tell the noise difference, but everybody else around you, yeah, it gets annoying. So what would you guys do? Mountain can, trail can, and what brand? Put it down in the comments, and if this video helps you guys out on your snowmobile, make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and comment down below how I did. I'd appreciate it. Good or bad, whatever. Doesn't matter to me. The hate ones, you know, just be prepared. I might read them on an upcoming video. All right, thanks for watching. See you guys later.